The FBI and Homeland Security are now deploying technology to help solve the drone mystery over the Northeast. Officials say there are more than 1 million drones registered with the FAA, and thousands are operating in the sky on a daily basis. But federal officials are now worried about people taking matters into their own hands. Joining me now is former F-18 Navy pilot Ryan Graves. He spent more than a decade in the service and testified before Congress about unidentified aerial projectiles back in 2023. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us. John Kirby this morning from the Biden administration spoke to our George Stephanopoulos on Good Morning America. Here's what he had to say about the drones before we get started with our conversation.
There are 1 million drones registered with the FAA here in the United States, and thousands upon thousands fly in our skies legally and lawfully every single day, doing all kinds of good things for the public good. These drones, these aircraft are operating the way the FAA requires them to operate in U.S. airspace so that they can be observable and to fly safely. We are on this. We're working it hard. There's no national security threat we're seeing at this time and no threat to public safety.
Kirby says the government is being honest and transparent. Now, in your testimony last year, you accused the government of knowing more than is shared publicly about unidentified objects. What do you make of Admiral Kirby's comments this morning?
Well, with all due respect to Admiral Kirby, his accounting of the situation on the ground doesn't match that of his base commanders who are having multiple incursions from New Jersey, Massachusetts, and all the way to Ohio and now Utah. So his own soldiers are reporting these events. They are shutting down both public and military bases due to the concerns that they are posing. And I think that they are not being honest with exactly what the circumstances of these objects or these drones are.
And Ryan, last year you told Congress UAPs are in our airspace. You were confident about that, and you said they're also grossly underreported. The FBI has received about 5,000 tips about these drones. That's a lot. As you see these reports throughout the Northeast, what is your reaction?
Well, my reaction is, why weren't we prepared for this? As you stated, I've been talking publicly for a number of years now about just how common these occurrences are, how they do appear to be operating within our military training ranges, and how commercial pilots are becoming very accustomed to seeing these objects that they can't explain. Now, these base incursions that have occurred over New Jersey and elsewhere, this isn't an isolated incident. This has been occurring for multiple years during the same period of time, going back over 3 years now. So I would pose to Admiral Kirby, why is this just an issue that's popping up now if these drones are so common within our airspace? I assure you that our adversaries are watching our reaction to this, and they are taking notes.
I do find it interesting that the Pentagon's UFO report released last month found 21 alleged sightings that could not be explained. Do you think the objects we're now seeing pose any threat to national security?
Absolutely. Their presence alone is a threat. They're unmitigated. They're unidentified. We don't know the owners. We don't know the origin. And if one of these just happens to go boom, I think that the White House is going to have to take a seriously different tone on this topic.
The House Intelligence Committee is getting a classified briefing on drones today. We'll see what they discuss. We're hoping, of course, to learn more. Former F-18 Navy pilot Ryan Graves, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.